And welcome on into another episode of Getting Well with Terry and Friends. I'm Terry, that's Dave, and we are ready to break down some Friday sports. Not a whole lot today. I have some couple NBA picks that I like, and I have one pick in the Sabres game. If you watched the show yesterday, we did quickly go over the Colorado Columbus game, and I did say that I was going to be taking all the Finnish players to score. Two of the three Finnish players have scored so far. It's already made a profit, hoping to cash Arturi Lehkonen as the plus 200 to go 3 for 3 in that game. Isaac says hockey is a ho, no guarding emojis. So ho, Christmas, Santa Claus ho. There we go. Yeah, it's been up and down for sure. But we'll start the show how we usually do, and that is taking a look at the current show standings. Everywhere profitable overall. NBA went up yesterday, 3-0. Overall, up 27.86 units since September 1st. NHL, things kind of moved around. Dog of the day, which was really bad not too long ago, has been moving up, just down minus 1.37 units. Over under taking a little bit of hit. Best bets overall up 8.17 units. IceX up 9 units now, 10-9. He's been hitting his player props like crazy. And then I am still struggling at minus 7.24 units, which is not good, but it happened last year. Got off to a slow start. Lots of season left in hockey, so not too worried. Overall, NHL profitable. NBA, Cubano, I cashed his play on the over-under yesterday. Tim got his dog. Overall, the NBA profitable, all three categories. NFL, best bets, over-under profitable, dog of the day, down 3.25. Overall, NFL is going well. Baseball, what? Could we, tomorrow could be the last game or today?
Tomorrow.
Baseball is almost done. College football, completely the same. And other sports, once again, the same. Tim is excited because on Monday, we will potentially have college basketball plays coming in. But that is currently how things are going with the show. We'll get to the comments here. I did the same thing. With the Finnish players. Yeah. That's the only way I was going to go in the game. Rantanen, Patrick Laine, and Arturi Lehkonen all to score. Just because they don't have this opportunity, maybe ever again in their career to play in front of their actual home, like on their homeland, in front of friends and family stuff, right? So that's why I went with the Finnish players. Thanks, Richie, for smashing the like. Aho anytime goal. Oh, that's why you're saying Aho. Okay, makes sense. Okay. Anyone tail Devils first to 5 cashed. Toby, you did say that was the one to cash. And your first to 5 shots on goal. I don't know how you do it, but good job cashing on those. Nice plus prices as well. Baseball will be finished tomorrow. All right. First to 5 shot and goal for first 10 minutes. He likes Carolina today. And Avs cashed at minus 124 this morning or this afternoon. And then, hey, Terry and Dave, coming in, hit the like. Good luck in your plays tonight. Thanks a lot, Crystal. Much appreciated. We'll jump into the only hockey game that we have tonight. Tim and Nick, who are not on the show, will be going to this game. Obviously, Tim going to see the Sabres. I can imagine how excited he is. I will bring up the odds here. You can find Buffalo plus 165 to plus 175, Carolina minus 192 to minus 215, 6.5s right across the board in this one. Carolina has dominated Buffalo for a long time now, 7-0-0 in their last seven at home against Buffalo. The last six games have actually had six or more goals, so they've been higher scoring games. And Carolina scored 4+ goals in the last six meetings. So they have taken care of this Sabres team. The thing is, though, and if you follow me on Twitter, you'll see my post a couple days ago after the Sabres came back and beat the Penguins. This is not the same Sabres team that we've seen. So, as much as I value past history stats, the Sabres are one of those teams that kind of um, not overrides it, but this Sabres team is much different than we've seen, than I think I've ever seen, basically. Well, not ever, but for many years, the Sabres team has been the laughing stock of the NHL, and they are no longer the laughing stock. They are playing well, believing that they can come back, being down against Pittsburgh. I have to take Buffalo here, plus 175. I took it yesterday or this morning. Um, for Tim, Sabres for the cup. I'll say it. But they're playing really good hockey right now, and they should not be this big of dogs, in my opinion, with how they're playing right now. Um, Basically, these two teams have even records at this point. Um, we'll see if Buffalo can keep this going the entire year, but right now, they're one of those teams that I'm going to be backing, um, especially at when they're plus 175. Dave, Sabres, Carolina Hurricanes. What do you think of this game?
Yeah, I already thought that I was going to be on the Sabres side last night. I actually need to. I'm not going to even look at it anymore. I'm going to take it. Hurricanes are on a back-to-back, right? They just played the Tampa Bay and they beat them. Was Vasilevsky in goal?
Yeah, Vasilevsky was in goal. It was Frederick Anderson
Okay.
for Carolina, so it'll be Antti Ranta tonight. And Antti Ranta actually has a little bit of better stats
Does he?
than Anderson, but Craig Anderson is starting for Buffalo, and he has been surprisingly far better than Comrie. So
So I guess the two reasons why is one is the back-to-back, but the other is the Sabres, if I'm not mistaken, are one of the best, if not the best, money makers on the money line this season. It's because they've had, they've been a dog most of the time. But I like plus money odds, and I like cappers around me where I'm, cap the capper where they're telling me this is a good spot to be betting a plus 175 dog. So I didn't have a dog for the show. I do now, and I'm going to bet a unit on it because I don't give up picks unless I bet them. So
yep, I'm the same way. Ironic how I'm trusting that record and you're against that. Yeah, it's we're usually on the other side, but as much as the Hurricanes have dominated this Buffalo team, this is not the same Buffalo team. That's for sure. Jeff Skinner over, and Isaac likes to call him Rattata, sorry, from Pokemon. Les Man is taking Sabres minus 1.5, which is plus 350.
reverse puck line.
I absolutely wish you all the luck on that. That would be beautiful cash if it does hit. So best of luck. We'll go to NBA picks here. And when I was looking at these games last night, there is one lean, and actually it's moving against me. So I haven't pulled the trigger. Obviously, it's just a lean. But I was looking at the Cleveland Cavaliers against the Pistons. It was -1 or -7. It's now gone to -5.5 at one spot here. Um, I could potentially look at Cleveland, but I have not pulled the trigger on that yet. None of the other games really interested me and interested me until we got to New Orleans. But obviously, the big line movement there with Golden State resting like four guys, so I won't be touching New Orleans there. But I will be fading the Minnesota Timberwolves. I don't really have an NBA team, so I'll be honest. I like to see obviously Minnesota do well. I like to see the Raptors do well. since I'm in Canada. But basically, I like whatever team I bet on to make me money when it comes to NBA. But I'm fading the Timberwolves here. I'm taking Milwaukee -3.5. This Minnesota team has way too much expectations on them. Have you seen the Timberwolves for basically their entire existence? Yes, I get it. They made it some trades and they have a good roster on paper, but this team should never have as much expectations as they have. And then Milwaukee on the other side is the best team in basketball right now, and for it has been a good team for a consistent time. So I'll take them on the road here in Minnesota. And then my second play, I'm taking the Utah Jazz in LA, facing the Lakers, or as Tim would like to say, the Fakers. Yes, LA's won 2 games in a row. Yes, this Utah team is supposed to be bad, but somehow they've been hanging on in there with a 6-3 record, and I like them here +3.5 to at least keep the game close, if not win it, for the Utah Jazz. Dave, NBA picks. Are you against me? Do you like other games? What do you think about the NBA? And has things been going kind of weird in the NBA so far this year? Is
Some
that
things have
fair
gone
to say?
expected. Some have been really weird. Like the Nets, the whole, I don't know, the Nets saga, you've been following it. They fired their coach. They're 2-6. They fired their coach. Kyrie Irving is being Kyrie Irving, getting, first it was a vaccination thing. Actually, the first thing was the protest. He took time off because he was mentally disturbed from the protests that happened when they stormed the Capitol. Anyways, couple years ago, yeah. Then he had the whole attention thing with vaccination. Now he has this anti-Semitic stuff. Not saying he's anti-Semitic, but he posted something. There was a movie or something that was anti-Semitic. He's a distraction. So there's some weird drama in the NBA, but that's going to happen because they've got of the major sports. Probably the biggest personalities are in the NBA, actually, for sure. But to the picks, I also eyed that Pistons look. I'm disappointed I didn't catch it. If the Pistons usually are double-digit dogs at home, them and the Thunder make a ton of money. The line went the other way. They're still missing, what's his name? Bagley the third, Marvin Bagley the third, who is their second best player to Cade Cunningham. But anyways, I lean that way. I missed the line. We're done. Minnesota and the Bucks at Minnesota. I'm eyeing that over. I like non-conference overs that are between 220 and 230, and then I dive into it. I probably will be on that. It's a 227, I believe. But my best play in the NBA is actually a quarter bet. And what I like to do is I like to look at the point differentials in the first quarter. And there's a big discrepancy in the Chicago, what is it here? Chicago-Boston game. So Boston is fourth in the NBA right now on first quarter point differential. They're 3.9. And Chicago is 26 at minus 3.4, which is 8 points of differential. And it's actually held true to, I look at the past 3 games too. Chicago's minus 5.3 and Boston is +4. So that's 9 points of point differential. Basically, I had a choice to take Boston -1.5 first quarter at -120, or to take -2.5 at plus. What did I get it at? At plus money, I'll look it up. That's my best bet in the NBA is Boston first quarter -2.5.
All right. Columbus just tied the game.
Plus
For
105.
anybody that is wondering, so it is now 3-3. But that actually helps your team total though, Dave, because
It does
now,
because they can't might go to overtime.
yeah, now somebody needs to score, so
Yeah.
it helps you there.
Yeah. So we didn't say that. I'm on the Avalanche over 4 goals for that game.
Over 4. Richie is on the over 228 in LA.
I don't hate those. I don't hate those unders. I just those overs. The ones that I can on are non-conference though. There's a big trend for years and years. They're like 65% non-conference overs when it meets this certain range.
Isex is saying yay. because he took Columbus live. They have been playing much better this second half of the game, for sure.
They give up the most
Richie
goals in
likes
the
Wizards.
NHL, though.
Sorry?
They give up the most goals in the NHL, though, the Blue Jackets.
Yeah, yeah, they definitely haven't played well on the year, but this second half of the game, they're playing pretty well. Richie says Wizards -3.
They are the Wizards, and I've been on here talking about it since NBA started, but the Wizards are the most inconsequential, meaningless team in any sport, and I stay away from them. They're just blah to me. Good luck to you on the bet. I'm not saying you'll lose, but the Wizards are probably my least bet team of all the sports.
All right. And then yeah, Richie likes the over 227 in the Bucks and Timberwolves game. But going on to other picks, that's it. It is a very small slate for me today with the two NBA games, the Buffalo Sabres, and then my three props with this early game. But obviously, I'll have a much bigger slate for tomorrow. Tomorrow's schedule, the show for tomorrow's games will be on at noon. And then the show for Sunday's games will be on at 8 p.m. Eastern. So tomorrow night. But Dave, other picks in any other sports? I was heard that there's football every day for however many days. So I'm assuming that means there's college football today. I haven't looked at it. But do you have any picks?
I do. My best play of the day is in a very crummy matchup, but I've done real well following this little cap, and that is really shitty teams that don't score points, and that means we hit an under, which is very rudimentary, but it's been happening with these teams specifically. I had one last week, UConn, but it's UMass and UConn, two teams that don't. I mean, they've got bad defenses, but they don't score points. UConn averages 16 points a game. UMass averages 11. This is a football. These are football teams. This is where a touchdown's worth 7 points. They're just really, really bad, and they only can run the ball. UConn passes for 103 yards per game, and UMass passes for 75 yards per game. They're one-dimensional. It's going to look really sloppy. A bunch of monkeys running around trying to screw in a light bulb. And the total's at 40, or I got it at 40.5 actually. Super low. Still take the under. I think it's the first one to like 17 points wins. That's the bet. And then I'm eyeing Boston College Duke. I think Duke's getting too many points, but Boston College was that team playing UConn last week that I had the under in, and they scored 3 points. So we'll see.
All right. We will go on to the best bet segment, and we'll start with over under here. And we will start with over under. And for me, none. There's no total that I'm on today. I looked at occupancies, Buffalo team total over 2.5, which you can get for -125. And I don't want to triple up on Buffalo today. I'm not going to do it. So, but that would be my lean. Is Buffalo team total over 2.5 because they are averaging 4 goals a game this year, over 4 goals a game this year. But ultimately, no total for me. Nick is going with Washington and Oregon State over 53.5. Tim is taking the LA Clippers and San Antonio over 224.5. Occupancy, as I said, Buffalo team total over 2.5. And IceX is taking Brooklyn Nets team total over 110.5. Dave, is there a total that you like today?
Yeah, let's go ahead. My favorite total was the Avalanche team total over 4, but that's going on. I'm going to go ahead. I talked myself onto it. I'm going to go with the Bucks T-Wolves over 27 to 27.
Columbus has a 4-minute power play.
Well, that's
in
nice.
the NHL game, so they will be trying to score for 4 minutes now. Unless they score and then in the first 2 minutes, and they'll get the other 2 minutes.
How do you get a 4-minute power play instead of a 2-minute power play?
That means that the player was high sticked and he's bleeding.
It has to be blood?
Yeah.
Dude.
And then you can get a 5-minute major for doing like something major,
Mhm.
but those get reviewed and stuff. So, but yeah, most double minor, high sticking. So someone was bleeding in that one. Going
Okay.
on to dog of the day. No surprise here for me. Buffalo Sabres plus 175. Tim is going with the Charlotte Hornets. Oh my gosh, plus 480. He cashed. Who did he cash yesterday? The Magic, I think, against Golden State. Occupancy is taking Buffalo Sabres plus 175, and IceX is taking the Brooklyn Nets plus 135. Dave, is there a dog on tonight's slate that you like?
Charlotte's playing Memphis and they're 11-point favorite, 11-point dogs. That is, we're getting back to the old ways of the show. Just don't make them
Well,
best
hey,
bets.
dog, that he cashed a plus three something
I
yesterday on
know
a dog. So
it's all good. I mean, I try.
dogs, hey, it's not a best bet. It's dog of the day. You can go as big as whatever.
I'm with you with Buffalo. Um, that sounds juicy enough for me.
All right. And then going on to best bet today. Wow. Okay. For me, Sabres money line. For Nick, Sabres team total over 2.5. For Tim, Sabres money line. For occupancy, Sabres money line. ISX, Sebastian Aho anytime goal, who plays for Carolina, plus 145. Dave, um, are you taking Sabres money line as your best
No,
bet?
no. I'm going UMass, UConn under 40 and a half.
40 and a half. All right. We'll get the odds for that after the show. Yeah, based on well, Isaac says this is just perfect because he does like to fade the general public. Not that the word necessarily general public, but he likes to fade the big agreements. So he is on Carolina. But good luck, I guess, Isaacs. Well, we'll see how it goes. But
Minus 105 on FanDuel.
for the under,
Yeah, just have it.
all right. That is today's show. Best of luck on your bets tonight. Um, I'm taking control completely. Well, ha ha ha. Yeah, well, we'll see. We'll see. But best of luck to everybody on your bets tonight. Hit the like button if you enjoy the content. Hit the subscribe button if you're new to the channel. We'll be back tomorrow at noon Eastern for the Saturday games, 8 p.m. Eastern for the Sunday games. And we will see you again tomorrow for another episode. Getting Wild with Terry and Friends. Sabres for the cup, Tim. Sabres for the cup. Best of luck, everyone. Have a good one.